At Wyong Public School, we've been fortunate enough to have national partnerships where we've been able to incorporate an extended transition to school program. This program not only caters for the students coming into kindergarten, but it also provides an extensive parenting program where we work closely with parents to build relationships and welcome them into our school. At Wyong Public School, we believe that we're not just transitioning students into kindergarten, but we're transitioning whole families into our school community. The important thing is working on relationships. So we're spending a lot of time with families, welcoming them into the school, getting them enthusiastic about what we have to offer and give their students. We provide a 10-week program for parents to sit down and ask all the questions they need to have and gather all the information they need to have. We welcome parents into the school to make a good volunteer base because parents are the backbone of our school. It develops a really strong school community. In reference to the children, we develop positive relationships with the students and we feed that information back to the parents. That way we're starting positive relationships. Then from there we have a relationship to build on to discuss any needs that their students might have, and we work together collegially to support those needs of those students.
We introduced the Dilly Bag Kits program to our services in January 2013. When we received the kits, each of the centres had an opportunity to have a look at the kits, decide what they wanted to do with the kit. We bring out the Dilly Bag kit for the children, we grab a book out and we present the book to the children. So we go through the book about the front cover, the back cover, the spine, the pages. We read the book. So we go through the book, we read it all, we look at all the different pictures and what is happening in the story. We talk about the story content. Then we always have follow-up activities. So with TomTom, some of the follow-up activities is there's actual pictures of the pictures within the story. And then we will have maybe keywords that have pulled out that describes what's in the book or what's happening in the book, what the children are doing, basically just to add some more enrichment to the story. We do sentence matching, so we have the photos, there's a sentence, what is TomTom doing or where does TomTom live, and the children can match it up with the picture and describe what happens. A lot of the schools that are linked to the Care and Education Centres, there is a lot of contact between the primary school teachers or the kindergarten teachers and the early childhood educators within the childcare services. We talk to the educators in regards to setting up programs for their children. We look at what the school wants the children to have in the way of skills for preparation to school. So our programs are set up around preparing with those skills, including the literacy and language skills, the math skills, early writing skills into those programs. We also base our programs on what the school does with the table activities and transitioning from table to table activities, which incorporate those skills that need to be developed.
Worked with Cherie from Treelands, and we talk about how the Dilly Bag's being implemented in the Treelands Education Centre, and we also talk about how it's being introduced and implemented in our school. So Cherie and I collaborate together to work on a consistent basis so that we can follow that teaching and learning from Treelands over into the school setting here, so the children have that confidence in their reading ability because the books are familiar, and it just gives them the ability to be able to pick up another book from the Dilly Bag and to sit down and read through it knowing that it's a familiar text for them. The first program was the mentoring program, where we trained Year 4 students in the skills of literacy and how to read to students and what skills they needed to focus on within the books from the Dilly Bag. And then every week we took them out twice a week to do reading with the kids, so they read with the kindergarten children, and then they did art and craft activities to follow. Of the program, we've rolled it into the kindergarten classrooms. So we do a program called L3 at the school, which is literacy, learning and language, and we incorporate the Dilly Bag activities as one of our rotations. So some days they just read the books from the Dilly Bag, and other days we set up activities with skills that are from the books in that box. So some days it could be focusing on the cutting skills involved, or sometimes it's the sequencing of the story. So we incorporate that into one of our rotational groups. So the children absolutely loved the program, and as a way of saying thank you, we spent our last session making up a card where all the kids wrote down what they enjoyed about the program and what they loved about their books that were in the dilly bag. And then that was something that we had posted off to the Tuggerah Rotary to say thank you for the dilly bag box.